Animal damage. Discovering 3 times that the tomcat population of the trailer park next door has decided to piss in the baby's sleeping area. The cats, for some reason, seem to think that this is their own personal jungle gym in the middle of the night. If I have to explain to you that bloody chicken feathers are supposed to be attached to a chicken and not all over the floor, and that raccoons and skunks cause this, I don't really know what to tell you. But these are the last 2 out of like 6 or 7. The real reality is the chicken coop that we are in is like 11 to 12 years old. It is made out of particle board. It is thrown together junk. And it's been okay, except for now the particle board has gotten to the point that the raccoons and everything rip it to shreds and destroy everything. And they kill birds, and then I have to patch it back together. So we said, screw it, we're going to build a new coop out of stuff left over from when I remodeled the garage. And that gets us to the door on the garage. I needed something to keep all the cats out. So there you are. That is the door that I built. That is steel from the ductwork system in a trailer from the 1970s. We laid it out flat, we stomped on it, we did the cucaracha, and then we cut it into panels and we stuck it up on a frame. The frame is made out of salvage metal from tractor pallets and everything. Let me come in here and let me show you this. So right down in here, we've got a lock for the door. This is drilled right into here. All you do is just lift this up, stick it on there, and your door opens. And let me see if I can do this with my knee. Then you lift up and you come back into the hole, and that side of the door stays closed. Nothing too major, nothing that's rocket science. I mean, the rest of it is just a regular good old-fashioned closing latch like that, and that holds the door in place. Voila! Totally for free. A whole bunch of stuff got done in order to be able to keep the tomcats out. Also, I want to say thank you to the Patreon supporters of the channel. I'll post a link down below if you want to go and help us out at some point and become a Patreon, because I ran out of self-tappers. I didn't know you could run out of self-tappers, because usually I order them in like the 300 count off of Amazon. So I was able to cash out some of the Patreon, run down to the store, grab a 100-pack of self-tappers, and we have a door in order to keep the cats from destroying the garage. Now, let's finish this with a brighter side to the video. Cue Jesse. Well, Jesse just got home from work, and we're going to come take a look at my recycling special here. The roof is from an old goat barn. All of the plywood on the outside is all from ripping out the second floor in the garage. Every beam in the bottom is leftovers from the beams from ripping out the second floor. The cinder blocks are from moving another shed that we tore down years ago. That 2x4 and about 5 others are the only thing bought for this project. So everything else is all reuse and redo. Door came from a friend that did a remodel. Hitch came off of some sort of rabbit thing I tore apart. The hinge up there and the hinge down there came off some rabbit thing. We needed a handle that was universal height due to short and tall people using it. So that's actually aluminum beaten down off of a air conditioning unit. And I'm going to pan around behind Jesse here. We've got our used shelving unit made into boxes, some swamp maple made into a place for them to sit, and we've upgraded to an all-metal door because that skunk needs a lead bath. Look, go lift it up. It's got the pull top and everything I left. Do the Vanna White thing.
Is lead bath YouTube correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a lead pill if I see it again. There we go. See, we upgraded to metal.
Make it safe for chickens.
You know what? I did make it safe. I made the Fort Knox door of chicken coop there.
They could get hurt on the edges.
Oh, yeah. Hurt on the edges would be me if I jump. So I'm always really careful on these inside ones to use screws that don't stick through from the top, except for apparently I forgot there and there. And yeah. What? Yeah, I gotta take my grinder inside, I know.
No, you need to buzz them off so you don't put holes in your head.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea too. Okay, I'll reach up and I'll do those with the grinder while I'm here. Okay. We've also got to go around there. The reason why I put a strap so that it was over the top of this beam is because we need to put chicken wire or something up across there, because raccoons will climb the corner of a coop and come in through the corner. So you've got to go and do your top and your bottom. Usually I do them from the outside if possible, and the reason being is here in Maine, in the winter time we get down to below 20 degrees, but in the summertime we get up to 80 or above. So in the wintertime, we pack that with insulation, and during the summertime, you pull a couple of pieces out so that it can air vent up through and draw the heat away. But, so, oh, and this board here is to remind me that I need to make feet that come off of here. We're gonna put a pegboard piece across here so that I can put all of the shovels, the rakes, the snow shovels during the off season. Everything can have a place other than leaning up against the house or next to the front door of the garage for me to trip on. Because somebody has a habit of running past the front of the garage and half-assedly leaning it up against there, and then it falls in front of the garage door, and then when I trip on it, somehow it's my fault and I have to put it somewhere better. Let's add in on the end of this video a Van Hollen update. So if you don't follow me on my Facebook page, I tend to post up more personal stuff and what's going on in life over on the Facebook page. And the Van Hollen build, I updated the fact that I had torn the bottom of the transmission and the valve body off of it, had cleaned it up, put it back together. Ended up discovering that it is not the standard Ford thing of snapping the overdrive ring off underneath the overdrive piston. So I put it all back together, and I went from every once in a while having overdrive in fourth gear to having nothing whatsoever. And so I had posted up some pictures and stuff, and this gentleman zoomed in on my picture and sent me the screenshot that I'm going to show you now, and said that is most likely an original Ford piston. And most likely the rubber on the outside, the vulcanized rubber, is probably so hard that when you pulled it out and you put it back in, you probably screwed up the seal, or it just plain deformed, and therefore it's not holding any pressure whatsoever, and that's what screwed you over. And the funny thing is I had already ordered up the Remco one that was supposed to be here, except for they went out of stock. Nobody seemed to have them whatsoever. And so I ended up with the parts van. And then the very next day, the Remco overdrive piston showed up. Now, I don't tend to film stuff that I'm uncomfortable with to begin with, because it just comes across as me being mad at life on video, when really I'm just concerned that I don't know as much as I feel like I should. And so I didn't make a video on it, but we threw it together, and lo and behold, we now have fourth gear, we now have overdrive, and I went from 8 miles to the gallon at 50 miles per hour to roughly about 16 where I ought to be. So we are back up and running on the Van Hollen build. We're going to be working on getting back to that. But I wanted to give you guys a big shout out to the community. You guys that follow the Facebook page and give me insight when I post photos and stuff like that. I really do appreciate that. And I read down through those and stuff. And so do keep in mind, your comments do matter. Your Patreon support does matter. I mean, every dollar changes my life and it changes my family's life. And I know that. And I know that my life is based on you guys watching the videos, you guys on the Patreon, you guys on the Facebook page, sharing the Facebook videos and stuff. I mean, little known fact with Facebook, every time that you share something on my Facebook page and then people that are following you on your personal page start commenting on it, Facebook actually awards the Facebook page for that monetization wise. So if you see something you think is funny or that you think a friend would laugh at or something like that, if you share it to them, you're potentially helping me out, not just pestering your friend. Which, you know, pester your friend, but it helps me out too. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. We've got the chicken coop that we've got to make a run for. And then we've got the door done. We're back to using the garage. Life is good. So I appreciate you guys. Here's a video for you as requested. And I hope that the next video is a little more fun to see.